What began as a slow yet satisfying burn in HBO's House of the Dragon series, harking back to the earlier seasons of Game of Thrones, has metastasized into a clash of epic proportions between two factions, the Blacks and the Greens, with main characters and their children all involved. The Dance of the Dragons, the civil war over who will succeed King Viserys and sit upon the Iron Throne, has officially begun with the rapidly unfolding events following the king's death. The Greens represent the party of Queen Alicent, who grows from a rule-abiding child into an independent and defiant woman, as symbolized by her grand entrance in a green gown at Rhaenyra and Laena's wedding feast in the 5th episode. The Blacks represent the faction supporting Princess Rhaenyra's claim to the throne. When Viserys declared her his heir decades earlier, he had the lords of the great houses swear fealty to her. The Blacks' name comes in part from House Targaryen's colors, black and red, as shown on the three-headed dragon sigil in the book. Rhaenyra also wore the colors black and red at a feast celebrating the 5th wedding anniversary of Viserys and Alicent. It's worth paying attention to what colors people are wearing in the show, as it could hint as to which side someone might be leaning toward, though many characters wear black in general. Princess Rhaenys, for example, wore black in the pivotal scene in the throne room where she threw her support behind Rhaenyra and betrothed her granddaughters to Rhaenyra's son. Dragons are the ultimate weapons in this war, so it's no surprise that Daemon, ever strategizing, is collecting dragon eggs from one of Syrax's clutches at the start of the 8th episode. More dragons and dragon riders mean a greater chance for success. There are 17 dragons alive at the time of House of the Dragon, and we'll see 9 of them in the first season, showrunner Miguel Sapochnik told the website Empire. Team Black has the advantage not only in terms of dragon numbers, but also their base. Dragonstone is a volcanic island that provides a hot environment preferred by the creatures and their eggs. Still, don't count the Greens out. Vhagar is the largest living dragon, and she's under the control of Eman, one of the show's most unpredictable, vindictive characters. While size matters, it's not everything when it comes to dragon battles. As demonstrated in Eman's first flight, Vhagar is so huge that taking off is an awkward endeavor, but once in the air, she's pretty much the tank with wings. The younger dragons are smaller and nimbler, which can become a strategic advantage. Strategically, the Greens are better placed in King's Landing. They're the first to know of Viserys' death, and their central location means they can influence others more readily with face-to-face contact with the lords of the realm. They can also sway the hearts and minds of the masses, whether with carrots or sticks. And the Greens, at the seat of power, have the power of the purse and control over other resources. However, Rhaenyra's alliance with Rhaenys means the Blacks have Driftmark's tremendous sea power and wealth at their disposal. And from the earlier part of the season, we know that Daemon created the Gold Cloaks, the city watch of King's Landing, who were devoted to him. It's been some years, but his influence and charisma are key assets for the Black. The show introduced twins Ser Eric and Ser Eric Cargill in an offhand way, with Alicent mistaking one for the other. The brothers, both members of the Kingsguard, are indeed meant to be almost indistinguishable physically. We see their split emerge in the 9th episode, when they search for Aegon in Flea Bottom on the orders of Otto Hightower. Eric shows disgust over Aegon's degenerate ways, expressing doubts over his sworn oath to protect the king. He leaves Eric alone to fight Kristen as they battle over who gains custody of the prince. Eric runs off to free Princess Rhaenys, who eventually escapes on the back of her dragon, Melis. With identical twins on opposite sides, we can expect great levels of deception are in store. The first season of the Game of Thrones prequel is about to conclude with only one episode remaining, and the second season is expected to arrive in summers of 2024. Which House of the Dragon side are you rooting for? Let us know in the comments section.